In the book of Acts, chapter 16, there is a story about two men and a prison escape in Macedonia. Well, it wasn't really an escape, but it was action-packed. It all started when Paul and Silas were trying to find a place to pray. They met a girl with a spirit that gave her the ability to predict the future. When she saw Paul and Silas, she began to follow them around everywhere, saying, "These are the guys who are telling you the way of salvation." She said this day after day, after day, after day. Even though Paul is known as being a really big, super awesome apostle, he did what most of us would do. He got really annoyed with the girl. Finally, Paul turned around to her and said, "In the name of Jesus, I command you, spirit, to come out of her." And the spirit left her. When people found out that this girl could not predict the future anymore, they got mad at Paul and Silas and had them thrown into prison. A jailer was assigned specifically to guard Paul and Silas. He put them in a special prison cell and put their feet in stocks. He put their feet in stocks, not socks. You know, between two pieces of wood, so they can't get away. This normally would cause people to be sad, but not Paul and Silas. Around midnight, they were heard praying and singing hymns to God. The other prisoners really liked the performance and thought that Paul and Silas were really rocking the prison. It turns out, however, that it was actually an earthquake. Everything shook so much that all the doors flew open and all the prisoners' chains became loose. The jailer thought he was going to be in big trouble with his boss, but Paul spoke up. "Hey, no worries. We're all here. No one ran away." The jailer was amazed and asked Paul and Silas what he needed to do to be saved. They told him, "Believe in Jesus, and you and your family will be saved." The jailer was so happy. He took Paul and Silas home and gave them a bath and gave them food. Even though it was way past everyone's bedtime, the jailer and his whole family were wide awake. They believed in God and were baptized right away. They found salvation that night. They became followers of Jesus. And this is just one great story from the King's Book.
In prison, Paul and Silas were playing board games, singing songs, knitting mittens, eating hamburgers. Singing songs. Paul and Silas's prison doors flew open in the middle of the night because they were oiled well. It was windy. The jailer was trying to catch a mouse. Oven earthquake. Oven earthquake. What is bow and scrape? A delicious way to cook eggs. When two knights bow and hit heads, bowing with one leg behind, a scratch on the front of a boat. Bowing with one leg behind. Thanks for playing!